Welcome back to the game of the day. I just recorded a huge chunk of this video and I forgot to actually hit record, so we'll do it again. Yes, today, pretty interesting queues, but no really flashy, amazing gameplay from me. No, like, perfect golden game that I'd really want to show you all, which is kind of annoying me. As I said in yesterday's description, I want to show you guys some actually genuinely good play, not just mediocre play. But it was kind of a day full of mediocre play for me. I did do a lot of queues. I had some cool moments, like I managed to actually beat a Spellbreaker 1v1 on my node without even getting decapped, which is extremely difficult to do, but I actually managed to pull that off. But I'm not going to show you any of those games because it's all fairly mediocre, I feel. We're going to watch this. I did want to show you guys some other maps, but we're going to see this Khylo game. And it's because I think I can teach you something important about Conquest. Just like yesterday, I showed you the strength of map control and snowballing. Today, I want to show you another important thing, and it's the idea of bullying a player, finding that weak link on the enemy team and exploiting it. See, this game is very competitive, and because of things like the down state, generally speaking, the way it works is a game of numbers, okay? Like, if you've got even matchups across the map, the game could swing either way. But the second it's an outnumbered situation, the people who are outnumbered are going to die. They're going to lose that fight, generally speaking. It's an extraordinary thing when that doesn't occur. So if you notice that one of the players on the enemy team is a lot weaker than the others, and you can keep rotating into them and punishing them and killing them in almost a really cheesy way, spawn camping them even, if you can accomplish that, you can kind of turn the game into a 4v5, and the second it's a 4v5, you're almost guaranteed the win. It's one of the reasons I think that people can get so invested and even toxic in communications when it gets to the higher end, because when you realize you have that one weak team, you could have a game with 9 solid players, but the one weak one can just swing it and make it a very big snowball loss. So that's what I want to demonstrate, because I think actually on this game I find a weak link on the enemy team and I bully them very hard, and it affords us the win. So that's kind of what I want to show you guys here. So this is the opening mid. We're rotating up this gangplank, and I'm showing you the opposite perspective of what I showed you on yesterday's game. Last time I was on close, remember? And I said, what do all the good players do as they come up into mid? They look across to see who it is that's capping close. Even if you can't exploit it by rotating into it, it's good information to know. So we see here that it's a ranger, and he's got the soul beast icon. So he's a soul beast. I actually think I could probably go and kill that soul beast. I've got a lot of projectile hate, so if he's trying to go like power, and we can see he's measured with a power pet, right? His bow's pretty much useless to him. We can super speed kite away if he goes to, say, a greatsword or something. I actually think I can take that, but it's always a bit dicey at the start of the game. And again, I don't believe in taking risks at the start, because I really value getting a snowball situation early on. Not just because of the social engineering perspective of, you know, making your enemies rage quit because they get decisively slammed down early, but just because it's such a powerful thing to have, especially on a build like this. So I don't care for the risk of going for the 1v1, but I know that he's over there. The other caution of mine right now is when he's on longbow, rangers actually get quite a cool advantage where they can shoot their longbows onto this gangplank. So I don't want to stay here. If I was like a necro in like a free casting position, I wouldn't actually ever want to stay on this gangplank knowing that there's a soul beast here, because he can start shooting us from behind and catch us out. So we don't really want to be here very long. We see what the enemy team's doing. A lot of them seem MIA right now. We've got one Guardian, and he's against 3 of us. And you're going to realize that this Guardian notices that, and he decides, right, that's a silly mid-fight, and he doesn't take the mid-fight, which is very smart of him. What I'm looking at the moment, though, is his buffs. So we can see that he's a core Guardian, and we can see that because of his icons. If he was a Dragon Hunter, these would be the Dragon Hunter icons, or if he was a Firebrand, they'd be the Firebrand ones. And really, the core Guardian builds in Guild Wars 2 at the moment, they're all very bursty. There's not many. You're either going to be running like a hammer and you're going to try and blink in on people really hard, or you're going to be like on a greatsword build, and even then you'll probably judge his intervention in. Anyone watching this, if you're a free-to-play account, or you're just not interested in the expansions, this is probably, in my opinion, the strongest core build, the best free-to-play build in all of Guild Wars 2. It's extremely competitive. It does well, particularly in queues, which is obviously what I'm talking about here, as I don't have a team and I'm not talking about tourney-based stuff. So yeah, he decides he's not going to take the mid-fight, which is very smart, and of course, we're still watching him. I know that the fights are the important thing. It's not the nodes. I've got my Necro on the node. That's cool. They'll be sturdy there. This is fine. But I realize that what he's doing is he's coming back to my close point, and he's going to try and prevent my warrior from getting the full cap, and he's going to take a fight there. So I'm going to harass this guy. I'm going to make this into a quick +1 situation. I'm going to go and gank him. So remember, we have in mind his capabilities. So here, something very interesting happens. I'm concerned by this guy a little bit because I'm very squishy. If he saw that I was coming after him, maybe back when I was up on Clock Tower or something, he could have maybe blinked to me and burst me. And I was aware of that as I was moving. So what I'm actually doing as I follow him here is I'm jumping onto this roof. This roof is a no blink spot. There is no valid path up here. And this is fine. This is good. There's obviously no valid path up here, right? Actually, is it a blink spot? Can they come up here? In either case, I think this is no blink spot. So I'm on this roof here. And what I'm trying to do in being here is if he suddenly tries to turn it on me in the roads, I'm safe. That's the idea. So we can actually see he's using an animation here. This is his hammer 2. That means he's going for the burst. He's going to try and judge his intervention and blink in the middle of that. But he's done this too early. It's not enough. It's only 1200 range. This is like 1800 range. He's not going to make it. So he kind of wasted animation there. But I think by being on the roof, if he'd retargeted me in the middle of that, it wouldn't have mattered. But he's moving up. He uses his sword too, and then finally the judge's intervention. I throw my plasma beam, which is a total waste. But it's okay. I use my lightning flash to come up. That was probably a waste of a cooldown as well, because my warrior's not going to melt instantly. So the Guardian now sees that he's outnumbered, and he very quickly realizes, okay, warriors, spellbreakers, they're super sturdy. Fresh air weavers are not. So he very intelligently as well retargets. This guy's done nothing wrong so far except the miscast on the hammer earlier. So he comes to me now. You'll notice that no one else in the game has really been shown just yet. So we try and take this. He tries to hammer burst me. I invuln. It's all pretty easy right now. He puts me in the ring, which is kind of scary. My Twist of Fate won't get me out of the ring, which is interesting. Another Guardian comes in with a Scepter. So I immediately peel out, because if these two hammer me together, and I don't literally just mean because he's got a hammer. I mean, if they both hit me really hard, I'm dead. So I peel away, basically treating them like PvE AI here. Not going to lie. This is so that they retarget to my warrior and the node, instead of doing the smart thing, which is chasing me a million miles away. So I pull away slightly. We do the pressure. We notice that they retarget. This is now a 3v1 situation, and I've been jumped by a thief as well. So one of the things I really want to show you on this match as well is I get extremely high pressure on me. All these guys are big threats to me, and all of them are significantly on me. A huge amount of this game, I'm going to be getting pressured really hard. It's going to be a game of trying to get out to safety. So here I start kiting towards the arch. The idea is if I can survive, I can maybe jump here, I can jump to the wall, bait him down that side, come back up. There's all kinds of different things I can do to keep away from this thief. Thief is super squishy. I noticed, by the way, from the amount of damage that thief does to me there, that he's really glassy. Here in Vapor Form, this is a very cool thing you can do as Nelly. I actually move under the stairs, just because it's tricky and annoying to get to this, especially from projectile damage. I probably move slightly too far over. And my guy, this is not the warrior who's still holding the node, my guy from mid who didn't have anything going on comes and gets the res. So that's one of the closer times I'll get to defeat here. The thief tries to bail. We've now still got two very high pressure people on us. We blink back up. We noticed that the Guardian did stuff to us originally. I think that thief might have tried to blink to us. There is no blink there, but it's a bit inconsistent. This is one of the places where I think the devs need to, like, iron out or figure out whether you should be allowed to blink or not. Here I was holding on the arch in combat because I didn't know where the thief had gone just yet. I'm looking at my minimap and I'm noticing that I don't see a thief icon anywhere. So the thief could have been hiding and could have been looking to jump me again. Like how hard he came at me before. So, you never know how good a thief is, right? So sometimes they just get really, really horny and just want to kill you. So I'm just waiting here. As soon as I notice the combat break, though, I know pretty much that he's gone. So we come back to our original job of looking at this close node. They have double cap against us because mid has collapsed now at this point. I've really not contributed too well. But we try and take the Guardian. I get extremely unlucky on crits there, which is super frustrating. I mean, I was double fire, so it's to be expected. But that guy had been in combat for so long that, he didn't have renewed focus left. He didn't have his stuff, so that's fine. So here I see that a guy's rotated, and I want to make sure that he's not coming around the side towards the house, towards our mansion, in a sneaky backcap route. I verify that, then I come up to mid. I'm looking at the thief again. He might not see me up here. I get a really ugly obstruct. That would have been a one-shot there, but I got obstructed by it, so a real shame. Here, there's a lot going on at this mid-fight. I don't think I can save the rally. The res, sorry. I don't think I can score a kill quick enough, so it looks bad. I'm not going to commit heavily to this whatsoever, because there's just no point. Here I see he's a soul beast. He's low. This means he's also a one-shot. All I have to do is just take the opportunity. My plasma beam gets cancel cast because it was slightly too at the wrong angle, and it won't cast behind you. That's one of the hardest things you have to learn about plasma beam. There, I think we score a blind before his big soul beast attack thing. Lots of obstructs. Honestly, nothing that I've done here is really very interesting. It's the game that will be interesting soon. So I take the FGS cleave because I can see that someone's coming to try and get the res. We chunk the Guardian down a huge amount of health. The Soul Beast is going to die. We chain dodges. Here I was trying to do a bit of a sneaky jump onto that thing, but I don't know if it's possible. We get the FGS well through the Necro there as well. There's lots down. The guy that was on the edge is still down, but I don't know what I can do. Thief is on me again. Super high pressure, as I say. So this is my second down state. Here I'm watching, though, the minimap. So if I pause here, I'll just show you guys. I'm watching that my Guardian was on respawn. And with any luck, the Guardian will notice me. Usually what I do at this point is target and ping, and I'd Vapor over to them. But I kind of don't want to waste my Vapor just yet. We'll see what he does. So we're watching the Guardian come in. And he comes for the Judge's res. I was actually trying to type there. Maybe I was going to type to him to tell him to come. So he goes for a really fat, long res here on the Soul Beast, who's trying to cleave through me. It's easy to cleave a Fresh Air Weaver. So you can see he does major pressure. I actually get the immob on the Soul Beast as he's far away, which saves us a little bit. And then finally, our Guardian friend manages to get us up. We immediately go Glyph. This guy's still a great target, though. We take sort of a medium-sized burst there. And now I'm playing extremely greedy. Okay, so the Guardian's rotated away, and I know this. I know that the Guardian's rotated away. This was the first thing I looked at after I got the down state. The Guardian's rotated away, and what we've done is down a Ranger. So a lot of the time, if this wasn't many other classes, this would be a really good thing here. Because what we're doing is we're rotting that body. We're increasing his respawn timer, and we're hopefully going to watch it so that nobody resurrects him. And this allows us to snowball against them on the rest of the map, which we sorely need, right? Because we don't have many caps. However, it's a Ranger. And Rangers can self-res with their pets. So this is, in most circumstances, a really dangerous play. But I go for a super greedy thing here, where what I'm going to try and do is score the decap. Not full cap. I don't care about full cap. I just need to even this up a little bit. I'm going to score the decap, and then I'm going to rush back to him. There's his animation you just saw as he starts to get the pet to res. And here, I tried to cleave through the pet here as well with my laser beams and stuff so that it eventually dies. And I take the Obsidian Flesh Stomp. I like proper blow all my stuff. And that was very greedy, but a really nice little situation we were in there. That means that they've stopped gaining points while we win these other engagements, which we now start to do. The Greedy Thief, this is what, the 4th time he's jumped me, maybe? We get the nasty Phoenix back on him. Pretty much 100% to be expected there. And our trait procs, and actually is the thing that explodes and finishes him off. We go for the Firebrand in the middle. Sorry, not Firebrand. We just take the Guardian in the middle, so he's on renewed focus, which is fine. We're scoring node strength here, and we just kind of push him down. You can see here the burst. This was like his full burst. I think I got kind of lucky because I don't think he crit me there. I'm a lot squishier than really. I probably shouldn't have face tanked there is what I'm saying. There we take a lightning flash onto the body to take a crit to then get double air back. Here the thief puts us down again. Here I do kind of an interesting thing. You guys should learn this if you play any kind of glassy build. This spot here, there's no line of sight to this spot. So if he tries to steal to me at any point, while I'm stood there, I get away safely. I actually missed the jump. That's a really easy jump as well. He gets a nice obstruct on the plasma beam. But we kite around. I immediately go back to the same spot. I cover with swirls so he can't do other stuff. He'll try and auto me through it, so I'm going to have to jump off. And I take a Pulmonary. So, actually, my gameplay is really bad on this game, actually. I'm pretty sure we'll get into the main point of the game very soon. But I think all this thief has done all game is he's just respawned and tried to kill me, and respawned and tried to kill me. He's not actually properly plussed any engagements. So here, by the way, I understood all my guys won a fight here, and I knew that the thief had killed me and was still in the area. What the thief did was he moved around here. I knew he was coming to this node, so I walked back up, and I take a burst on him, and we just we global him. So, you know, if I'm the aggressor, it's very different. And we take him down. We didn't even get nuked. So here I got kind of a weird question. Do I want to stay to fully cap that a little bit more? The answer is no, because my guy's super pressured. I drop a Swirling Winds over the body so that he can't cleave with his bow, which he's got out. I actually rotated into Water Attunement, kind of rare there. I went Water Attunement, and then I went Arcane Blast, and that was to get a Comet ready to CC. But my Necro CC landed first anyway. Then we take the Counter Burst, and we get an easy kill. Even more high pressure. Look at this very high pressure game here. Lots of kiting around that we have to do constantly. So the Guardian is back on us. Gale is a really good skill against these Guardians because it will get through their Aegis, it will get through their Shield 5s, it will get through all kinds of stuff. If the Dragon Hunter, it will get through the F3. We take a Phoenix, which is more unblockable damage as well. We really have to fight for these kills here. We take such heavy damage Really have to fight for them. And our teammates don't seem to have any real awareness for how pressured I am in a lot of these situations. Like, this guy could have done something to cover for me, but instead I had to run all the way back out and around. It's okay, though, because rotting this body for a little bit of time is fine. You'll notice that now we're starting to swing. This stomp is completely unnecessary. I don't know what I'm doing there. So we come back up. Now, there'll be a very subtle but important thing here. If you notice, we have 2 cap at this point. This is really solid. We don't want to just give this up instantly. This would be really silly. We want to actually utilize this now to get a comfortable lead ahead of them. So, the main thing we need to be aware of is respawning players start here at red, and they will either go to their close point, which we can see just by looking up here, or they'll come around by Treb and through here. So you're going to see very subtly as I move up, and these are the kind of things you'll notice people do when they're really trying to win, is I do this. I look slightly to the left. This is only for a brief moment, but this lets me see this. This lets me see if anyone jumped down here. It doesn't really give me good visibility behind that wall, to be honest. So if I get back capped, then that wasn't good enough. But I literally just do that just to make sure I can see if anybody's doing anything. It's a 3v3 on far that we were losing because you see our warriors are like very low up there. Here's a cool play. I noticed that our warrior was actually downstate, and now he's up. And I noticed this, which means that the warrior is in vengeance. So if the warrior scores a kill in vengeance, we actually have a 20 or 25% chance he'll rally. And there's no reason not to take it, because this guy's distracted, this guy's fighting him, and look at how low the Guardian is. We're a fresh air Ellie, guys. We can do something here. We could even do something with this. So, I mean, most of my team, you'll notice the ping here. Someone else is saying home and mid, and they're right to do that. They don't want us to jump up, but I go kind of greedy here. This is the second greedy play I make on this match. So I noticed the vengeance. A self-heal came up with a Litany of Wrath, and we get a really nasty... I actually don't know what that skill that was. He went really far. Maybe it was lag or something? Unfortunately, he blinks away right in the plasma beam, which moves him at an angle behind us, which again cancel cast the plasma beam. So, frustrating skill to use. And what this means is even now we're not going to get this in time. We can put him in downstate, but the Vengeance Warrior will die and rally him. And we know this, but we push him anyway, just in case. And I believe you'll see. So that's when you saw me swing my camera back there. I was swinging it back to see what this fight was looking like. And just as I do that, obviously the guy goes down. I ran the FGS, but we're still in a good position because they're harassed to hell on the roads. They're not at the mid fight yet. He's low. So here we take an easy kill. We bait a guy into a rally. We're on the FGS. You guys know from these videos so far how meaty FGS is. This is another easy kill here on the Soul Beast. And again, I'm happy to rot that, but the Guardian's staying this time anyway, so it doesn't matter. We take the decap, and kind of a little bit of a repeat of before. So the nuke did happen on close. Someone at some point did rotate there, and I obviously didn't see it. Thief we just saw on the minimap is coming up here. I'm constantly looking up here, because I'm looking for respawns, because I know that they're coming, right? And that's going to be my main point, because so basically I make a decision here where I didn't go for decap, and like I could have decapped and then come back and snowballed this fight and reinforced mid, and that would have been fine. And honestly, on a build like this, that is the smarter play to make most of the time. I'm not a 1v1er. I'm good at rotating into engagements that are already ongoing. But I decided to take full cap, and it's again because I'm quite confident in actually killing a lot of these guys. So I take full cap instead, and because I take full cap instead, really the only sensible thing to do now is to come towards this wall, so that I can hit whoever's on respawn coming towards it, so that I can hit whoever goes this way, or and contribute to the mid-fight in that way. There's no mid-fight ongoing. It's very rarely, like in a situation like this, going to be worth me just zerging back there, which many of you might be tempted to do because it's Conquest and you just want to get the nodes. I'm coming this way because I know the intercept is so powerful. So we're here, we're watching. We see we missed one respawn. Here's another one. This is the Soul Beast, if you remember, that we just killed a second ago. And we test how squishy he is. So we're standing up here. We run a reflect immediately because we know he's on the bow. And we get a beautiful... Every ranger in the game opens with point blank shot, which is a CC. Every ranger does. And so this put a massive smile on my face. Eat your own point blank shot. Thank you very much for not paying any attention. So we do that. He's already at 50% health. Super easy. Like, we've not even really started this fight here. I'm ready for swirling winds when they come. We take another little burst. Here's the swirls. He still can't do anything. I drop, but make sure I stay in the swirls. He moves to his melee set, which is quite nice the second I drop. And I get pressured way harder here than I'd expect. I'm playing so greedy on this match, right? Like, I even take a lightning flash to go for a quick kill. We go for the plasma beam. Again, we don't have to worry too much. And again, here, I can leave the body for a bit. It doesn't matter. What I really want is to bait someone to go for that body. And we can use our air autos to pressure him if he actually uses the pet, if so. But so we take that kill. This is not the game I thought it was. The game I thought it was involving an engineer. So, I don't know what this is. This is not the bully game that I thought it was. So here we get a Necro. This is like the most premium burst you'll ever see on a Necro. That's like a perfect spike right there. Necromancer, a good Necro would have hit me here and put weakness on me straight away. This guy hasn't. So he's, so this is an interesting little play here, by the way. He's at the bottom of this house. And the only thing that can hit me right now are marks. Now, I can't really dodge roll because I'm not Mirage. So any dodges are probably going to move, unless I like position carefully and then move over here. That would be something maybe I could practice. But the only thing that can hit me are marks, his shade is line of sighted. And I know a lot of PvE players really hated that. But it's been really important for PvP to rein Scourge in. So I'm not scared. You're going to see some big scary red AoEs. I'm not scared by them. The marks are the only thing that's going to hit us, including the fear mark, which will fear us onto the lower level, but it's still not too bad. So then we take it a little bit closer to him. We use our super speed to move on. And we take the double air for the kill as we kite off of the wall here. You'll notice in just like a couple of animations, Scourges absolutely do tons of damage. Here we go straight up to this. There's no need to go onto the node just yet. We stay in our swirls. We force him onto a melee set. We miss a jump. Actually, maybe I'm trying to line of sight him with the stairs. And he's obviously down there, so that's fine. We go back to spawn. This game is... I'm really sorry, guys. This is not the game I thought it was. The game I thought... I must have mislabeled this. This means we've basically had 2 Khylo games that are very similar 2 days in a row. Just kind of we snowball ahead, and this is just showing you the advantage of jumping people on the roads, I guess. So maybe tomorrow we'll do the other game. There, the thief has given up. I guess they were rage quitting and QQing, so I just take a spike. That's a good example of the 900 global. So a 900 range global spike, that's really, what you just watched there is the only thing that Fresh Air can really do other people can't. The only thing. I mean, even Pile Driver Ellie can do that, but let's not go into a discussion on that. So yeah, we take top damage, we take top kills. I don't know, so it's a Khylo game. Not a particularly good one, but maybe there's some fun things to show you guys there. We take 12 kills, 0 deaths. Bit of an example of some high pressure in the first 50%. Great team awareness from my allies there, really great team awareness. If they hadn't got those reses on me, this might have gone very differently. And yeah, so there you have it. That's the game of the day. Moving on to our bonus clip. So Anet Ben was actually in some NA queues today. I cannot tell you guys how cool it is to see a dev in PvP. I don't know whether the devs really realize just how much that means to the community, that they're paying attention, that they actually understand. Like, even if Ben's got nothing to do with balance, just seeing an ArenaNet dev in there will make people think that the devs understand and are more fit for balancing and stuff. Like, it's all very good. I wish more of the devs did this, or at least did it and had the balls to put their tags up. Really great guy. So I got to chat into him, and I just said how much I appreciated seeing a dev in there. This is the first time in Season 9 or 10 I've seen a dev playing. Yeah, afterwards he said, let's do some 1v1s. So, bonus clip today, 1v1s with an ArenaNet dev. Now, I have to be honest. The first one, I was, I don't know, how do I put this? I wasn't throwing deliberately, but I wanted to see how much pressure he was doing. I wanted to see how good he was. He's running the meta battle build, so, I think there's some interesting things that I can show you guys here. Now, Warrior versus Fresh Air Weaver. In perfect high skill scenario, on a flat terrain, Weaver wins 100% of the time. Without fail, Weaver will always win. 2 like-skilled players, if they're playing at their best, the Weaver always wins. However, this is Conquest, it's not always flat terrain, and it's a node game type. Which means that, in truth, Weaver doesn't actually win. Weaver takes a long time to score a kill. If Weaver is forced into close combat, say by contesting a node, the Weaver will never win. So, for the Weaver to win, you have to kite a lot. You just run around with super speed, fleeing from warriors, and just whittling them down, and then they die. But if you're ever forced too close, or if they ever get good places to line of sight you, they have such an enormous, massive advantage. It's unreal. So I'll show you guys this matchup, I guess, here. I think he plays it very competently, very well. So this first time, I go like super low pressure, because I don't really know what I'm going into here. I go super low pressure, and I just like try and kite away for ages. And I'm not sure what the rules are for kiting, okay? So I'm just going to sort of run in small circles. And we'll see how we go. This will be a best out of 3 in the end, by the way. So yeah, we see how Ben does. With the character name Nerf Warrior Please, which, as far as I remember, Reddit took issue with. Here we go. So I open with a Fracturing Strike, you know, like... So we kite away with some super speeds. We use our 4 to cripple and just keep him away. We blow a Twist of Fate. So he, by the way, has kind of made a misplay already. He popped his balance stance, I think that was. Balance stance makes him uncrittable, and it's really not a good idea to waste that against a fresh air early too early. He does an extremely conservative, like I can tell his adrenaline's going, I'm not going to lie, because he does an Endure Pain instantly and a full counter, so he overlaps these 2 invulns, which also is not a particularly good warrior play, but, you know, he's hit me a lot harder than I was expecting. I take a full range lightning flash and turn around to try and plasma beam in. This is the way you'll kill a warrior quite often, but he gets a beautiful shield block on that, very, very good, and because he gets so many blocks, he actually builds lots of might from that as well, which means he's going to hit me even harder. Now I haven't capitalized on my lightning flash too much. I come up the stairs. I'm going to stop pausing this because I'm going to kite away for ages. I'm like super low pressure kiting away here. He runs the rip enchantments, I think that was, that I just saw a second ago. So he will have full counter, and I just don't want to proc those. He's used his elite and his surging runes to absolutely no benefit. So now he's going to be adrenaline punished. And actually, that's something really cool here as well, because on this matchup, if you do have free time to just kite away forever, because he can't even hit you that much, once his couple of bursts and full counters are used, he's going to really struggle getting that adrenaline if he preempts that signet too early. So here, this is, despite the fact I'm not really doing much, this is a good way to demonstrate how Ellies do kill these. We take the blink away, the lightning flash, the plasma beam, sorry. We get a couple of non-crits there, so he's not pressured anywhere near as hard as he should be. I'm hoping to get his Endured Pain down below 50% health, but he's hitting me really hard, genuinely really hard. And because I, like, haven't engaged on this well at all, I'm now really scared. And I don't really have anything left. I've wasted my stances. He uses the grave jump, which I think is pretty cool to see that a dev. I mean, it's a very basic thing, but knowing how to jump up on the sides of there with the graves, you're not going to see me do that here. Here we go for the earth immob, but it doesn't land because he has resistance, because he just procced a full counter off of one of my lightning strikes. So that unfortunately doesn't land. We can't get him to his auto endure pain easily enough, so he's regenerating. His signet came up and he popped it off cooldown again immediately. We blink away, we try and take another plasma beam. He blocks it. He takes a full counter, which we deliberately don't proc until the end. We get him very low. I know for a fact at this point, by the way, he's super low on cooldowns. So here, I actually stand still and I'm going for a Phoenix backwards kill. And the Phoenix will triple crit kill him. I know that for a fact, but his Endure Pain trait came up, like right at the last second. And he actually wins the first one. So he wins the first 1v1 of the BO3. Plays it very well, just charging around. I can only imagine how obnoxiously annoying that would be for him as a warrior, to be honest. I would, like, hate fighting a fresh air weaver. So I think, yeah, you know, I'll say this. I'm not trying to be rude, but he way beat my expectations by a long way. So next time I kind of go a bit cheesy and try hard on the next 1v1. We go, like, full cheese mode. Because now I want to win. I'm also aware at this point, by the way, that you can get an achievement for beating a dev at the game in a PvP format, which I've never done. Apparently, it's kind of easy to get in World vs. World. Way back when there were the seasons and certain updates, loads of the arena devs actually joined various guilds and things. You can kill devs, by the way, but you only get the achievement if they're repping the tag. Okay, so we have to kill him while he's repping the tag. So I want this now. So now I'm going to engage, like, full try-hard mode. None of this silly stuff. We take the plasma beam off of the start. We hit him with an arcane blast. He's already below 50. He's procced his, that's his passive trait there. So we're watching for the crit. We go the next double air. I use the invulnerability as a cover to stand still and just chain as much of an auto as possible. I get the lightning flash plasma beam. And we take another huge hit on him. We know that we've got him covered with a bit of blind there, so I was going to go a bit more aggressive, but he full countered, so I cancel casted with a dodge. Another Endure Pain, and with that one, his Greatsword 3 moved in far away, and we take the very easy kill. So that's a very, that's sort of a very clean, try-hard kill on a warrior as a fresh air weaver. You notice we end at 100% health, we end with our heal up. It's, like I said at the start of this, on flat open terrain, and if you can be particularly cheesy with the kites, and you just play that a little bit more aggressively, I do 100% believe fresh air weaver wins 100% of the time. It's just that on nodes and in close quarters they don't. So it's best out of 3, and now I don't know, because when I went try hard it ended a bit quick. When I was too passive, I lost, which I never wanted at all. So here I just try and mix it up a little bit. I go for a slightly different thing. We start with a water mix on this one to see how this feels. And the starting pressure is obviously really important. This gap we start with is awesome. So I go for like one of the worst Weaver skills the devs ever added, and that's the water earth mix. We try to use a comet to proc his balance stance really early. Just to get that out of the way with, so that I can knock him down in a shield stance later with a gale, which is unblockable, and that would have been really good. But I think it missed completely. So the water engage, we have a very low pressure engage here. But I've still got my game face on. And again, if we can be cheesy, we can do stuff like lightning flash onto the terrain. Unfortunately, he gets baited, because what can he do? He has to like go round and up the stairs to aggress me. So it's a bit cheesy, really. But, you know, I can create those gaps, and then it's just a very trivial matter of pushing him down. So there you have it, really. Some 1v1s with a dev. Any other devs watching this, you may take me on in other bonus clips. And there you go. That's the game of the day today, guys. Hopefully, I'll actually have some good gameplay for you at some point. So thanks, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, and take it easy.